Hey, it's me, Rika. Today we're going to have a look at the brand new Voyage of Wonders, The Last Star. Now, this event introduces the brand new hero Awakened Lyca and her interactions with various characters in this event. So let's have a look at the rewards. From the epic rewards, we get 10 time emblem tickets. Then from the common rewards, we get variety choice chests, which include gold, EXP, and dust. Then we get a couple of Poe coins, engraving materials, both cores and shards, and then we get bait for our pets. So let's head in and see what this adventure is all about. So when we start this event, we have this little dialogue between Awakened Lyca and Arden over here. Now, these other characters will not play a role. They will simply introduce Awakened Lyca and her journey through this event. So let's begin and claim our first little reward over here at the bottom. Now talk to Lawson over here. Now they'll join your forces over here. Then talk to Kaz. All right, both of these characters will help us along the way. Now you do not need to interact with any of these buildings over here, neither this one or the top one over here. You can simply carry on and head over to this first pressure plate. Now you'll have to step on this pressure plate in order to be able to move across or over it. Now when you step over these pressure plates, then a little barrier block will appear. So these are the barrier blocks, and because they have been lifted or raised, you'll not be able to access these rewards. However, if you click on this beacon over here, this deactivation tower, perfect, the barriers have dropped down and this pressure plate has been raised up. Now you can easily head on over across this little barrier over here and claim these fantastic rewards for your account. Now, the next thing that we have to do is defeat these two enemies over here out of these three. So the ones to the left, so the middle, and the one to the left. So let's defeat the first enemy. Perfect. You've defeated your first enemy. Now defeat the next one over here. All right, so you've defeated those two enemies. Now this will give you access to this gate over here. Now we will have to come from the other side and activate this gate lever. However, we need to be on this side in order to click on it. And once you do so, we will be able to easily head on over and deactivate any barrier blocks using this beacon over here. So once you've done that, move on to the next section over here. Now, defeat these three enemies over here. The reason for this is we'll have to move back and forth and deactivate various barrier blocks across the map, and this will give us easy access once we have done so or stepped on the other plates over here. Now these are the other colors over here. So we previously stepped on a green plate, this is a purple plate, and this is a red plate over here. So we have to solve this little puzzle, and once we solve it in the correct way, we'll be able to get all these fantastic rewards from this event. So let's defeat these three enemies. So now that you have defeated the top enemy, now defeat the next two. All right, you've defeated the second one. Now defeat the third and final enemy. Now, if you're struggling with any of these enemies, I would highly recommend using a mercenary, as this will make this event a cakewalk when fighting any of the elite enemies or boss enemies here. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to head on over to the left side over here, not to the right side, because if we step here, we will be immediately blocked by this purple barrier. So step on the red pressure plate over here. All right, so step on that one. Now step on this purple pressure plate. All right. Now the next thing that we have to do is we have to deactivate the purple pressure plate. So we head on over, use this beacon over here, defeat a couple enemies along the way. So let's do that. Defeat this enemy over here. Now there is no specific order that you have to complete each and every single puzzle. Just complete them at your own pace, and whichever one you feel is the easiest to complete at that particular moment. All right, now that you've defeated those enemies, now once we acquire the purple mist, so that is this over here, or this portal block over here, then these barrier blocks, as we can see, ancient headstone, will disappear and we will gain access to the top section of the map. Now we do not have access yet because we haven't activated the purple stones. Now there are two, 1 and 2. Now the other one is located in another area of the map, and we will get to it shortly. So let's head on over. Click on this little beacon over here. So now that we are here, we need to activate the red beacon over here. This will disable this red barrier and allow us to gain entry into this section over here. So let's do that. Perfect. Now the red barrier has been removed. Now what we have to do is we have to click in this section of the map, so the top area, because if we go down, then we'll enable the purple barrier, and then we will step on this red block over here, further blocking us from this area over here. So just click on the top section. Perfect. Now click on the area where Kaz is standing, and then slowly head down towards this area over here. So we have not activated that block over there. Perfect. We've claimed those 2 rewards in the bottom corner. Now we can deactivate the purple barrier blocks, and now we can head on over to the right hand side. So now we click on the purple mist. All right, this has disabled one of the ancient headstones. Now we have to deactivate this one as well. All right, so now we can move across into this area. But first we have to defeat these 2 enemies, as you'll need access to this red beacon over here to deactivate various towers over here and barrier blocks. So let's do that. All right, you've defeated the first enemies. Now defeat the second enemy. All right, perfect. You've defeated both enemies. Now we will easily be able to cross this section over here. So now what we have to do is we have to deactivate the green barrier, as we can see over here, as this will give us access to this section over here. So what we need to do is go down into this little corridor over here. Perfect. Now click on the little lever over here. This will open the gate. And once you've done so, click on the deactivation tower, the green one. Perfect. Now do the same thing, just move on over here. All right, so we have removed both headstones. So now what we need to do is we need to head on over to this top section over here. So just click on this green plate over here. Click on the pressure plate over here, the purple one. All right, so now we have to move to the right hand side. All right, now defeat this enemy and claim the rewards behind them. All right, you've defeated those 2 enemies. Now claim the rewards behind. All right. So now defeat this enemy over here and activate the lever. So let's do that. All right, activate the lever over here. Now that the gate is open, click on the deactivate the purple beacons or the barrier blocks. Now you can easily move across this map over here. Claim the top reward over here. Now we do not need to defeat any of these enemies, as we will use a teleporter and move directly over them, all of these enemies over here, and we will simply have to defeat the final boss and claim the epic reward. So just head on down this section over here. Perfect. Claim the reward. All right, so you don't need to defeat any of those. So let's head on over here. Now what we need to do is we need to deactivate the green beacon over here so we can use the teleporter and move across the map. So we need to find a green deactivation tower. All right, so this one over here, let's click on it. Perfect. Now we have to deactivate the green beacons. Now click on the top section over here, right at the top over there. All right, so now step on the purple pressure plate. We do not need to step on any of these bottom ones. All right, and now click on the portal over here. Perfect. Now you have to teleport directly over all of these enemies. Now defeat the final boss. All right, so you've defeated the final boss over here. Claim the reward, the 10 time emblem tickets. All right. Now defeat this enemy over here to the side and claim the reward. All right, claim the final reward. So once you've claimed this reward over here in the corner, now use the teleporter. All right, now what we have to do is we have to move on over right to the bottom over here. So we have to just find a purple beacon to deactivate. So click on the purple deactivation tower. Now, once you've done so, click on the top area over here. So we want to head into this section. All right, so now we want to move down. So click on the little purple block over here and then move directly to the last two rewards of this Voyage of Wonders. So let's claim them. And you've completed the Voyage of Wonders, the Lost Star.